And we are live. Chloe, how you doing? It's been a long week. It's a long weekend. It's our first episode. We published last. Oh, wonder how people would have enjoyed it. Did they enjoy it? Who knows? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been coughing. Sorry.
Nervous breakdown and said, keep on going. Power through it. She's been coughing, yes.
I've been coughing. I've been recovering from a chest cold. It was a bit of a COVID scare because it had a lot of the Delta variant symptoms. But I had my first COVID test and it came back negative. But yeah, I've just been recovering from that, but I'm doing much, much better. And then on the topic of COVID, I registered to be vaccinated. So that's very exciting.
Very exciting. Being vaccinated. It's a good time to be vaccinated during COVID.
Go get vaccinated. I had to resist the urge to repost my Discovery Vitality SMS on my story, like all the white girls in Cape Town.
You are a white girl in Cape Town. Don't even fight it. So you haven't been vaccinated. You've just registered. So I haven't really even been listening properly. Okay. Interesting. Very good.
You know I haven't been vaccinated.
No, I know, but I thought you were trying to tell people you had been vaccinated.
No, I have been registered, and I'm getting vaccinated on the 3rd of September. I'm very excited.
If you want to meet Chloe, go to Virgin Active on the 3rd of September.
12
Check her
p.m.
out. 12 p.m. She'll be there. A little meet and greet with the other
dangerous.
cretins.
Yep, so that's very exciting. Samuel, what have you been up to this week?
Very formal. Weird line of questioning as well. But I've had an exciting weekend. Obviously, watched the Springboks. It was so good to see them win. Or the British and Irish Lions. Who do they even think they are? Like putting 4 countries together and then trying to be happy when they like nearly beat us. Shut up. So that was fun. I've then did a bit of master's work, which is good. I have to finish this thesis. And I have been battling or resisting the urge to order Uber Eats throughout the weekend. But then I thought, you know what? I am an upstanding member of the society. I have to support restaurants. I have to support local industry. So I ended up just ordering a whole lot of Uber Eats like the fatty I am. But that doesn't really matter, does it?
It doesn't. And I mean, full transparency, we've got plans to get takeaway this evening.
Full transparency. That's when you know you're in deep.
I'm very excited.
You're in deep. You've made plans to takeout should not be a planned event, but somehow we've managed to plan it.
And I am very excited for it. I'm thinking Roka Mamas.
They don't give us anything for free. Take that name back. Anyway, what we want to talk about today is Dubai. Because I'm interviewing a podcast friend a bit later, Simi Aref. Great podcast. Check it out. Lesser known somebodies. Chloe's nodding. She's never listened to an episode. And so I started doing a bit of research around Dubai because he lives in Dubai. Or is staying in Dubai at the moment. And I just thought, it's a pretty terrible place if you're gay or have like any sort of semblance or views on the world that aren't based on scripture from 2,000 years ago.
I would say most of Cape Town would be incarcerated at this point.
Incarcerated in Dubai, because I know it's the law. What laws actually are there and what happens in a country are different.
Yeah.
Like we come from South Africa. We know like they are, there's certain laws, but we also kind of know how things work. But here's some of the Dubai laws, right? So there's no imported pork or porn.
This one kills me that they group together.
I know, you've heard of
pork or porn. It's like it's weird alliteration.
Porking in porn. It's a great thing to do. So you've heard of the Burj Khalifa. What about Mia Khalifa, Dubai? She's one of your best. She's actually, I don't know where she's from. Where's Mia Khalifa from?
She's also single again.
I don't know. I don't think it's that appealing to be with a porn star. It's controversial, but I said it.
Maybe not a porn star that is controversial, but I don't think there should be anything wrong with being with a porn star. OnlyFans is taking the world by storm. I know a few people who have set up OnlyFans accounts. It's a good way to make money.
Of course, but
as long as you're over 18, of course.
This is not like a mommy podcast. They're not 14-year-olds that go, oh, Chloe said and now I'm going to do OnlyFans. No, I don't think you have that sort of control over society yet. But no, I don't think it's controversial dating a porn star. I'm just saying I don't think too many men or women, whatever the sexuality of the porn star, would. It's just it's it's frowned upon in our traditional societies. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know. I think that people are starting to open their minds a bit. I don't think it's as stigmatized. That's what I'm saying with OnlyFans. It's become way more ubiquitous, I feel.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I think it's very hard for people, especially South Africans, to go and enter into a relationship with a porn star, especially an active porn star.
Okay.
I think that's the difference I was trying to make.
Yeah, I do see what you're saying there. I think if someone did porn once upon a time, and that's kind of in their past, but that would be something that you talk about in your relationship, I feel.
Yes.
It would be yeah.
I slept with 2 people in high school. Oh, I slept with 600. Oh, isn't that funny? Monogamy. So, no, of course, I just don't know how you date an active porn star. Hey, enjoy work. Yeah, just going to get gangbanged by like 10 people.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's big in the porn industry, the
it's-
old gangbang.
I think it's also just about context because, I mean, you could be an actress or actor and go to work and you have to do a sex scene.
Yeah, but we know they don't actually have sex.
Sometimes they do.
No, they don't. That's like...
They definitely do sometimes.
That is a made-up story by horny 14-year-old that like Margot Robbie is actually pantyless in The Wolf of Wall Street. And then
No. I think most movies, they don't actually have sex.
All of them.
No, but I was actually very curious about this. So apparently sometimes they use like plastic sheeting between their genitals.
That's not sex unless you think that's a condom. And then you're severely
and I'm
misled.
saying, and then in other instances, maybe sort of like Art Nouveau kind of theatre. Sorry, I have a bit of a husky voice right now.
You mentioned Art Nouveau.
Art Nouveau. There are movies where people actually have sex.
I don't believe it. If you find any movies, send them to me.
Okay.
But moving on to how Dubai law is continued, it is illegal to be homosexual in Dubai. So they took the hagay to homophobic new levels. And they can imprison you, but apparently also they're fairly accepting of private life. So whilst there won't be pride parades, which aren't private, they're very loud and exciting. You won't necessarily just be like dragged out of your house and arrested. So I've been told by the internet.
Okay.
So, but it's still a law, which is like, is the Formula One in Dubai? Do they do a F1 race there?
No, it's in Abu Dhabi.
And what are the rules there?
Very similar.
What's the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
They're both part of the UAE, so they're all Emirates. I could be very wrong, but
Interesting.
yeah, I mean they're very close to each other, but it's not in Dubai. But again, very similar rules.
Okay, so when the F1 race were there, we race as one pride sticker. They can't actually be gay there.
That is like some sort of like poetic. Sorry, Sam shouted at me for scratching myself.
I didn't shout at her. I just said it's off-putting to the audio. Some people only listen to the audio, and they've got like a little crack addict on the mic who just can't stop
I feel like
scratching.
it's like some nice ASMR.
No, I've never met anyone who likes ASMR. It's disgusting.
I like ASMR.
I've never heard you ever listen to or seen you watch ASMR. You just make up nonsense when you come on this podcast.
I genuinely like listening to ASMR. Like people eating honeycomb.
I
love that.
Yeah. It is.
Anyways, yeah. So I think that they had the We Waste as One stickers in Abu Dhabi, which is ironic.
Chloe's addicted to some form of drug and she can't stop scratching herself. That's where we are actually. No, but it just shows that Lewis Hamilton is a piece of shit. He goes to a country, pretends he's all big about the LGBTQ environment, and then he races in a country where it's illegal to be homosexual married.
But he doesn't have the choice. F1 chooses where they race.
Oh yeah, Lewis Hamilton, gun to his head, Toto, get in the car, Lewis.
Toto.
Get in the car, Lewis, or I'll hit you with my 10-inch penis. We just know that Toto Wolff is packing. He's probably the only white guy that I'd ever bet on just to be packing some serious heat.
They probably got Will Smith in the car. I love that skit.
That is a fun skit.
He probably stepped in for Lewis. You don't know.
Will Smith's a maniac though as well. So, okay, we're still doing it. So you can't be gay, but there's also no alcohol. Obviously, it's a Islam-based sort of country, ruling system, and that I support. Alcohol is bad for you. So if you're coming into a country that has certain cultural norms and they tell you, oh, you can't drink, That's severely different between someone telling you that you can't be the person you are in terms of your sexuality. I've got the burpees. So, what would you say? What's the worst thing about alcohol, Chloe?
Oof. Are we being serious or are we being
Serious.
funny?
What is the worst thing about alcohol?
Oh, very serious. People dying from it.
People die from alcohol. What else so bad?
Domestic violence.
Don't make me joke about domestic violence while I drink alcohol. Nah, she's just... If I can down this draft from Shackleton, red ale, oh, it's delicious. Craft brewery at its best. If I can down this draft, 500 mils, that's a big boy, half a liter.
And it's only, what's the time? 11 a.m.
And you can tell your funnest drunk story in that amount of time.
No, Samuel, I can't think on the spot like
People will get 20% off Shackleton at KETS. Go.
Okay, once I went to a 21st, I went to bed at 10 p.m. Then I woke up.
It's too early. I just brushed my teeth.
No one's going to know the end of the story.
That's fine. So we just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Shackleton. They've given us a lovely case of beer. And they're also giving you 20% off. All you have to do, head over to their website. They've got a selection of drinks ranging from vodka iced teas for the men and women. Do what you want. And then, I've got the burpees back. And then also a wide array of beautiful craft beers. So go to the website, 20% off if you use the promo code KETS.
KETS. This was probably the most chaotic segue into a sponsor.
That is a tough sponsor segue, but we did it.
We did it. We're here.
So you can't do this in Dubai. You
Yeah.
actually, if you want to drink alcohol, have to have a liquor license.
Yeah. Which
Take me away.
I feel like that's fair. I mean, if you want to drink in public, then you go and get your liquor license.
You can't drink in public at all.
Liquor license.
You can only drink at hotels and certain
And bars.
restaurants and bars. Yeah.
So you mean you can't drink on the streets, essentially?
you
But I
can't.
think that's the same in Cape Town. You're not allowed
Yeah.
to walk around with a bottle of alcohol on the streets.
True. Very true.
I do think that's something that happened.
Except the homeless. The homeless defy those rules every day. They must be punished. It's a joke there. I get accosted by this homeless guy almost every day. He's always drunk. He's always got his dick out.
He's like
terrifying.
Frank Gallagher. That's like the best way we can describe him.
From Shameless, yeah.
And he looks very similar. But yeah, Sam on one day saw his bum and his penis.
I don't even think I've seen that combination in myself.
But we were all wondering if I just kept talking.
She doesn't even listen to what I say.
Sometimes I don't, yeah. But we were all wondering if this homeless guy was even real, because me and Sam's roommate Alex have never
Shout
seen him.
out,
I've
Alex.
seen him once now, so I do know that he's real. Alex is still skeptical. But anyways, back to Dubai. Something else that I found about Dubai was that hugging and kissing in public is illegal.
I like that.
But do you know what is funny? That it even applies to, like, what if you and your brother or sister are walking on the street and you give each other a hug and then you get arrested for public affection?
That's how you iron out incest at the early stages. I support a lot of things that Dubai do with that PDA. There is nothing worse. And Cape Town couples, you suck at this. Because if you don't show us PDA in public, which I haven't been able to see because #COVID, you put it on your Instagram stories. Like, if you're not making money from your kisses, we don't want to see it. Fair statement? Probably a bit harsh.
Probably a bit harsh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm also just a more private person, he says after parading around in his underwear on the internet. But
and
speaking,
as a podcast with his girlfriend.
Exactly. You're not my girlfriend. Her role is ambiguous. She could be anyone.
It's only been a year.
Unfortunately, she's not black this episode. We did say we were going to try it, but that's blackface. So it would have been frowned upon. Speaking on things that are frowned upon in Dubai, you can't be offensive or swear on the internet. And that I find fascinating.
For reals?
But for real, mate. That wasn't that funny.
But what if you are not a Dubaianese?
It doesn't matter. So it's also illegal for you to engage in sex out of marriage.
Yeah.
So if you go to a hotel or something, I've saw this on the UK government travel advice, is that they say you almost just have to pretend that you're married.
Pretend?
Because
okay.
that you're married. But so that's
I got you.
that would be the same sort of thing in terms of cultures that you have. You're coming here, you're choosing to come here. So you must abide by our rules, which I kind of get.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, there was a South African woman. I think it was in 2016. It could have been. I'm actually not sure. But anyways, her name was Roxanne Hillier.
Who cares? Yeah, Roxanne.
But basically, she was they were on a business trip, her and her boss. I'm not actually sure what she did. But she was basically, they were in the hotel room together, not doing anything.
Sure, police.
And she was jailed for allegations over them having sex before marriage with her boss. I mean, they're probably just having a business meeting in their room.
There's no Me Too in Dubai. There's an unequal power relation. The woman gets arrested. Yeah. That's terrifying.
No, there's been cases of women who have been gang raped.
Oh, Chloe.
And were then put in jail because of having sex before marriage.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay. So we've been pretty heavy. We've been pretty heavy on what's not good about Dubai. Let's talk about some good things. Well, the one good thing. There is no personal income tax, which is irrelevant to me because I don't make money.
This sounds like Monaco.
How do you say that, folks? Let us know.
Monaco.
I think it's Monaco, but some people say Monaco.
I say Monaco.
You just said Monaco.
Monaco.
Okay, that was a fun segment. So, yeah, no personal income tax, which makes it a bit of a haven, understandably. But there is also a 7-to-3 male to female ratio. So Dubai is the ultimate sausage fest. And you can't watch porn, and you can't have sex out of marriage. And you can't be gay. Work with us, Dubai. Give us something. Tough times seem to be lasting.
Tough times never last.
Tough
people last.
So that's all the things that I could kind of collect on Dubai.
Yeah.
Go there if you want. I don't know. I don't think I'll go there. It's always like being a transit.
Yeah.
You stop at Dubai because your flight's cheaper because you can't fly direct.
I was quite keen to. You can get a 24-hour passport or something like that. So if you've got a really long layover, you can leave the airport and do some tourist things.
Some shopping. Look at the desert. Okay, well, Chloe, what sounds satanic is on Showmax and is a particularly tough segue. That's right, you guessed it. DevilsDorp. We've been watching DevilsDorp. We love it. Chloe, tell us a bit about what DevilsDorp is.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the splurb.
You do it. You don't have to tell them that. You just do it.
In 2016, a spate of brutal and mysterious killings grips the town of Krugersdorp. Is a serial killer behind these vicious attacks, and who will die next if the police don't catch them? The investigation of these so-called appointment murders leads local detectives to a series of unsolved cases linked to Satanism and opens the door to a cult ruled by terror, greed, and revenge. So it's basically carried out by a cult called Electus per Deus, Latin for chosen of God, and was between 2012 and 2016.
Okay, Chloe's trying to turn this into a crime podcast again.
That is my dream.
Well, not today, biatch. I'll tell you exactly what happens, well, without spoiling it, which is a better blurb than the Muppets.
You can't say what happens without spoiling it.
Okay, it happened, folks. It's a documentary. I'm saying the Satanist, this witch person. She's so ugly and so evil.
Cecilia Stein.
She looks like a vampire, and she basically gets a group of Christian people who are trying to help her rid herself of Satanism, actually become Satanists. Mm-hmm. So that's what happens. There's lots of killing. There's lots of weird, creepy shit. It's made in South Africa, obviously Krugersdorp. It's brilliant. Go watch it. It's got an 8.8 rating on IMDb. When last something in South Africa,
so
8.8, son. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So what was your main takeaway?
My main takeaway was it was very impressive that my dad and his 8 other siblings made it out of Krugersdorp, a small mining town in, west of Johannesburg. So, and now that man's a boss, he just lives life, which I find you know, he could have chosen Satanism and he chose my mother and my family. And for that, I'll forever be proud of him. And then the other thing I also got out of that is desperate people do desperate things. And it's not actually that hard for evil to prevail. That's the next.
Find that?
That's what's in my mind. I don't read off the laptop. It all comes in naturally.
Okay, well, what I got from it
DevilsDorp
is that I now want to be Afrikaans and I also want a mullet.
I take not her first point, her second point. I want a mullet. Okay, cool.
It looks so good on Detective Ben Boyson.
He's a boy. So what did you think of the journalist and her relationship with one of the murderers? Don't get too far into it. Mariska. She's a frisky Mariska biscuit. Wow.
They also just weaved that into the story. I think it was like in episode 3 or 4, where all of a sudden she was talking about how she actually had fallen in love, and there was no warning at all. We thought that she was some sort of impartial journalist, just sort of filling us in, and then she was like, "Yeah, and I fell in love with Leroux, and we've been together for 2.5 years."
A murderer. She's covering the case, knows he's a murderer, falls in love.
No, it's crazy.
And unfortunately, their relationship, I Googled it, recently ended due to COVID.
But it was very recently because 5 months ago,
yeah,
she posted on Facebook, because she's written a book. It's called, wait, Liefde in die Tronk.
Cute, man. Afrikaans is a cute language. But yeah, so it's bizarre, but their relationship ended because she couldn't see him anymore during COVID because of such strict rules, visiting people in jails. So she's got a new man then. But I don't want to give any more spoilers. So DevilsDorp, go check it out on Showmax. You won't be proudly South African, but you'll be proud that this was a South African production.
It's so good.
Our last segment before we leave, because we've got to run off and do things, and we keep them short, we keep them punchy, we keep them coming at you, these episodes. Over or underrated? So you've seen this quite a bit on the internet. I always thought it'd be fun. Chloe, I need a snappy response. Okay, it's over, underrated, and maybe a slight justification. Okay. Let's go. Over or underrated, Mia Khalifa?
Overrated.
DevilsDorp? Underrated. Burj Khalifa?
Underrated.
The British and Irish Lions?
Overrated.
Messi?
Overrated.
Oh, he just left Barcelona now. Shame. Okay, anyway. The big black dick meme or cock?
I've never seen it.
I'll send it to you later. I'd say that meme is perfectly rated. Donda.
What's Donda?
Kanye West's new album that everyone's talking about. That's overrated.
I think that's overrated.
It doesn't matter how good it is, that's overrated. Stop spamming.
Some sort of like Afrikaans Donderdag.
Donda. Yeah, it's his mom's name, I think. And it's the name of the album. That's it. 100 more episodes. That's the show. 16 new seasons coming. Well done, Chloe. You were fantastic today, as per usual. Thanks for listening. Do all the YouTubey things, like
subscribe, comment, share.
Tell us if you like it. Just send a message in the comment. Tell if you like it. If you liked it, send it to a friend. Send it to your ex-girlfriend.
And could you fall in love with a murderer? Let us know.
No, you couldn't. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
A wink. DMs will be full.